Good afternoon. Welcome to day 2 of the Northern Classic presented by Evenco from Place Belle, Laval, Quebec. The north part of downtown Montreal, about a 25-minute drive away as we get ready for game number 4. It is Western Kentucky against Canisius here. It is a Conference USA against a Metro Atlantic battle here. Welcome in my broadcast partner for day number 2, an old friend. We were here 10 years ago doing this stuff. Well, not NCAA, but we were doing the lower level basketball. Former UMass assistant head coach, Peter Yiannopoulos. Coach Yiannopoulos, good afternoon to you. Welcome to the Northern Classic.
Good afternoon, Mokan. Nice to be here. It's incredible. An amazing crowd, an amazing event here. The Northern Classic, a great empty event. Excited to be here, day 2. Some great action yesterday, and it's going to continue today once again.
So both teams coming off convincing wins yesterday. WKU coming off a massive win. Canisius having a very impressive game as well. These teams have some excellent players. WKU's got some serious size to work with. Canisius has depth to work with. What plays and what gives in this matchup?
Well, Canisius really shoots the ball really well, and then speaking to the WKU coaching staff before the game, they're like, man, they got a couple of guys there that can shoot the ball from 3, close to 50%. So they're going to have to guard the perimeter and really protect the three-point line. Obviously, the Hilltoppers have some size, some athleticism. They're going to want to attack and play with pace. So I think we're going to look at 2 styles here, 2 really talented teams, 2 really talented mid-majors here, playing in front of a crowd that's excited, right? Because like this feels like a major game today, starting off at 2 o'clock. But can the Hilltoppers impose their will inside and get to the free throw line? And can Canisius avoid foul trouble and shoot the basketball at a high percentage?
And that's going to be the key. And the one thing to look at is the shooting numbers yesterday. They weren't the most pristine numbers from either team, or overall, I guess, getting used to the new elements of playing at Place Belle here. But could you see them shooting the lights out perhaps today and kind of having the tonic to get a better effort from their shooting elements that they couldn't have yesterday?
Well, Canisius shot the ball 7 for 25, right? So it was a little bit of a struggle. Same thing for Western Kentucky, 4 for 17 from 3. But yesterday, WKU got to the line 29 times. So they were 20 for 29. Obviously, when you're in a new arena here, first time for both these teams, they got to get their feel a little bit. Being in a foreign country as well, some of these student athletes haven't been to Canada before. But when the ball tips off, it's basketball. These guys are competitive. And I anticipate a high-level game right here, the second of 3.
So Canisius took out Wofford yesterday. They won by 4. It was rather comfortable. They had a comfortable lead in that matchup. And Western Kentucky took out Bowling Green in a thriller. It was go up and down. We talk about that. So 2 teams that could perhaps put up points. You talk about Canisius scoring about 80 points per game. Western Kentucky at 83. If you're playing the line, you might take the over and the over-under in the total numbers.
Listen, there's a couple of players. Trey Dinkins only had 4 points. He came in averaging 16 points a game, so I anticipate him having a better game inside. He's going to attack the basket. He's really, really talented. He's got the ball right now.
Yeah, Canisius in the home whites with gold and navy trim, and the WKU Hilltoppers in their away blacks with red and black-white trim. And here's the first possession of the day. Dinkins did not score his first field goal till late in the second half of that win on Friday afternoon. Fritz, 5 left in the shot clock, down to the near side it comes. A lot of passing and now attacking. Gadsden is short, and a disjointed one-and-done possession for the team from the Canisius area.
Good defensive possession by the Hilltoppers.
And right there, McHenry looking like he had his afterburners on. And this is a WKU team that played literally 14 hours ago, and here they are back in the court.
McHenry, 14 points a game this year. Had 17 yesterday in the opening win.
And the first basket goes to Rodney Howard, who was the player of the game at 14 and 6 yesterday. The big man from Georgia Tech transfer coming up in the paint early on.
Yeah, he's going to want to get the ball many, many times. 50-year transfer, as you mentioned, from Georgia Tech. Obviously, he's going to be somebody that they're going to insulate very quickly here in this game. Inside.
Fritz with it on a sidecar pass to Trey Dinkins. He's watched closely by the Quebecer, and we talk about him soon, Enoch Kalambe, who had a fabulous game yesterday for the Hilltoppers. Here's the other Canadian coming into this game, Frank Mitchell, wearing number 23 from Toronto. Mitchell missing the dunk, clean up can't finish, and the forensic touch from Mitchell coming through. 4-0 lead for 2-2 game, I beg your pardon, between WKU and Canisius.
Well, Mitchell, who played at Humber College and transfers here to Canisius. Coach Reggie Witherspoon has been recruiting a lot of Canadian kids for a long time, Montreal kids here as well. Good tip-in for him.
In the lane, in for the deuce, and it's a 4-2 lead for the Hilltoppers, courtesy of Tyron Marshall Jr. And you've seen them playing high-octane basketball in the early going here as we're about 2 minutes into this first half of play. And we welcome those watching down south. Mitchell with a two-handed autograph.
Wow! Throw it down, young fella. Slam dunk. Mitchell imposes himself early here today.
Doing some magical stuff by way of the 6 already making his presence felt. Marshall Jr. post play. Howard, 2 dreadnoughts going in the paint. Better finish coming through this time for Brandon Newman.
Well, I love the interior passing here. Very unselfish by the Hilltoppers to get an easy bucket down low.
And they're up 6-4 with 17:40 left in this first half. Mitchell back with it. He's been a central figure so far in the offensive attack. Dinkins looking to open up his account. Ian Tendall back over to his fellow Dutchman and Fritz. Here's a 3. And that's missed by Gadsden. Skying up there are the Hilltoppers, and here they come. McHenry leading the charge down the near side. And McHenry backing up on the end line. Looking, posting up, using his deltoids. 2 dribbles, in for the deuce. And now they're up 8-4.
Yeah, way too easy. There has to be some help there on the baseline. Just came in underneath and finishes with his left hand.
Ian Tendall in the paint. Kick out, loose pass. Recovered in time by Gadsden. They have 18 left in the shot clock, so plenty of time for a quality shot. End line denied by the Hilltoppers, and a whistle on the play. Crash of bodies. Ian Tendall going up there with Brandon Newman.
Yeah, absolutely. Great block here defensively. They timed it well. They looked for the back cut there. Thought they had an easy 2. Some contact afterwards, and the foul going the other way against Canisius.
You talk about these 2 teams here. Canisius shooting 47% coming into this tournament, which is number 2 in the Metro Atlantic. And meanwhile, for Western Kentucky and Conference USA, they're 4th at 43%. So perhaps there'll be a better remedy of shooting from both these teams this afternoon.
Again, and shooting, this is early in the season for both these teams. They're going to just get better and better. Traditionally, teams take their time to really shoot the ball here. A little bit of zone defense by Canisius.
And they used it yesterday, and that helped them quite a bit. Switch of play. Here's a launch from distance. And that is missed. Put back, no good from Howard. And that loose ball goes out of play. And Brandon Newman is not afraid. He fancies the 3-point shot, shooting 33% from distance. Valparaiso transfer, by the way.
Valparaiso, a lot of success over the years. A couple of Montreal kids that played there as well. Tavon Walker, Max Joseph. A lot of Montreal kids here playing in the NCAA. I think all the coaches here love to come here for the MTE, but want to recruit some of these Canadian players as well.
And the food as well. And here is Howard. Howard can't finish that. Clean up, back over. Eatlin now.
No reset on the clock, 2 seconds.
At the death, whistle. And it went from a cul-de-sac to now free throws coming up for Rodney Harris, shooting 70% from the free throw line this season.
And with the Canisius playing a 2-3 zone, you're going to see some 3-point shots, and with that, Mo, comes long offensive rebounds. So Canisius is going to really have to gather and have all 5 guys rebound the basketball on those long rebounds. The Hilltoppers were able to gather, get the ball inside. A little bit of a bump, 2 free throws here for the big man.
And Howard taking his first free throws in Canada. Did not have any yesterday, as Acapulco comes in now for Canisius, and going off is the Canadian and Frank Mitchell. And
well, I love what Howard did yesterday, Mo. 8 for 13 from the perimeter, 16 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, very active. Did not go to the free throw line, as you mentioned, so they're going to want to insulate him and get him involved inside. Big boy inside.
9-4 lead for the Hilltoppers over the Golden Griffins of Canisius. And this is a quality game here, and this could be a quality win on the menu when we get to March, when we look at the Selection Sunday, and a whistle on the play, and it's going to be a turnover against Canisius going back the other way.
You have to be careful with the moving screens. This is something that the officials have determined to be a point of emphasis the last couple of years at all levels, right? Whether it be in the NBA or the NCAA, you got to really set yourself and not move, because if you just do it slightly, they're going to call it the other way. So good start to the game here for WKU.
And Canisius had 11 turnovers yesterday, played a rather clean game, and they've had about 16 a game, which is very important for them in terms of the clean of the possession. And now here comes a chance. Whistle and travel courtesy of Western Kentucky, and this time from Tyrone Marshall Jr. Timeout call. So Peter Annapolis right now, early clues of this game is what in your eyes and how this is played so far in the first 4 minutes of play?
Well, I think this Reggie Weatherspoon, that have known for over 25 years. He recruited a couple of my players back in the day out of Montreal. One of the good men in college basketball in the head coaching fraternity.
Has raised a lot of money in the Buffalo area. A lot for charities and stuff.
And Canisius was in Montreal this summer on their foreign tour. They're a team that plays well together. And right now, I think I want to push the tempo a little bit more.
Fritz, the Dutchman, back over to Akapo, his first touch of the afternoon. And that is a miscommunication in the pass from Akapo to Palesi, and another turnover by the Golden Griffins. That is their second of the afternoon.
Well, Hilltoppers are doing a great job of denying that first entry pass. And I think Canisius is going to have to go backdoor a little bit because they're telegraphing what they want to do offensively.
Elin losing it. Akapo gets it back on the transition, and they thought about the three. Akapo Neath, and in for the two.
Well, there you go. Transition with the turnover. It leads to an easy basket for Canisius.
Elin draw pass, and they will play it for the three. That is missed, rebounded by Canisius, and here is Palesi who will bring it back up. Gadsden on the run on the far side. Strong ground on the near end. Here's a launch from distance. That is short, out of play, and back over to Team in Black. So a bit of a rush shot.
Yeah, but Coach Boone is like, hey, shoot her right away. There's a little bit of hesitation. And obviously, you want to go a little bit quick because the Hilltoppers are so big and long that it's sometimes hard to get a lot of your offense from the half court. So I'm okay with them trying to push the tempo a little bit here, but they have to protect the basketball.
The Hilltoppers bring different dimensions of size out there. And underneath the basket, coming through, twisting and turning, and a giveaway by the Hilltoppers. And back with this Palesi on the run. Fritz from the center arc. Try to find the back door. Akapo now slowing it down with Palesi at the controls. In the paint, kick out, near side three. And that's off the mark. A rebound for Palesi, a new 20 for the Golden Griffins. And offensive rebounds could be a key in this matchup with these two teams. And a giveaway. Another turnover by Canisius, and that's their third coach in the first 6 minutes or so of play.
Frustrating if you're a Canisius fan, if you're a Canisius coach right now, but I think the credit must go to the Hilltoppers. I love what they're doing defensively. They're engaged, they're communicating, and they're very active with their hands, so a good start for them defensively.
When you combine the three-point shooting yesterday between the two teams, they went 7 of 37, so it could be scarce for three-point shots today. We'll see if they can cure their ills. Back out on the end line, posting up. Going through the traffic, and Faye, Babacar Faye getting his first 2 points. The Senegal native opens up his account.
Babacar Faye inside for 2 points. I like the patience there, finishing with his left hand.
An 11-6 lead and a whistle, and that will be a foul called against the Quebecer, Kalambe, who will get his first foul of the day. Had 9.6 rebounds yesterday in his debut here from Gatineau, Quebec. Yeah,
Kalambe, local product here. Very athletic, very talented. Played on a provincial team that won the gold medal for Quebec a couple of years back with Benetton Matherin, who plays for the Indiana Pacers, and Olivier Maxence Prosper, who plays for the Dallas Mavericks. So
I haven't heard of those guys ever.
That was a great gold medal winning team, the U17, and Kalambe is somebody that the coaching staff loves. Speaking to them before the game, his potential, his work ethic, he's somebody that has some experience, and he's definitely going to help out. Obviously a little bit frustrated. He wants to make a lot of his shots, almost every shot, but that's what most players want to do now today anyways. Mo Kong.
So Tyndall will come in the game, and going off is Trey Dinkins. We'll get a quick conversion. And Fritz almost having a highlight moment in the early afternoon window as he will go to the line showing no fear or intimidation attacking the rim, Coach.
Fritz is somebody that brings good size. Yesterday had 12 points, 4 rebounds, perfect from the field, 3 for 3, 6 for 11 from the free throw line. So let's see how the young man does today here in the afternoon.
And the first attempt is good. And now 12-6 lead, or 11-7 lead, I beg your pardon, with 13:35 left in this first half. As now back in the game for the Hilltoppers is Don McHenry.
Yeah, only a sophomore. He's somebody that Coach Witherspoon's very high on, very skilled offensive player.
Right.
Multi-versatile and very intelligent. So he's going to have to step it up today against a very athletic Hilltopper front court.
And now we see a bit of a press from Canisius. McHenry and Lander in the backcourt. And back in the game is number 3, Jalen Jackson from San Antonio. In the lower block, Faye twisting, turning with the right. And he's in for 2, already on 4 points.
Babacar, Faye inside. You know where he wants to score. Great footwork, great patience inside. They're going to have to figure out how to defend him in there because he's got 2 easy points, 2 easy buckets there.
Gadsden, side iron, rebound, Lander. And in traffic, and he splits through, and here he comes. He's on his bike, Lander, negotiating, circling the wagons. Jackson from center arc. Back out to McHenry. Davis and Dante Allen. Oh, and a foul will be called. And you can see by the reaction of the Canisius bench, not very happy with that, with their pantomime look.
Yeah, good defense there by Canisius. Looked like there was some contact there inside, especially a little bit out of control, the Hilltopper player. But a non-shooting foul, so they get 20 seconds here for another possession for WKU.
Jackson on the end line. Almost a violation.
There you go.
It is a violation.
There you go, and that's why these officials, you know, they got a great feel for the game, right? A little bit of a close call, bang, bang on the reach, and then they're like, you know what? It was a 5-second call, but they made sure they got it back quick. Sometimes they'll get a little bit lenient there for the offensive player to get the ball in. Not in this situation.
And
good officiating.
The Hilltoppers, on average, 12.5 turnovers per game, which is number 2 in Conference USA coming into this tournament. And that is their first of the afternoon. Fritz.
Good hands.
And he lost it. And now here's Lander the other way. Jackson to his left. Lander is a whistle and a foul with 12:32 left in this first half.
Well, Lander pushes the pace, right? We saw it here in the last couple of possessions. And any type of situation of transition, he's going to take it to the rack, either bring defenders to him, or he could finish or distribute to a teammate, gets the contact, and he's shooting 2.
Lander at the line. He misses his first one by way of Evansville, Indiana, a senior, scoring about 10 a game, shooting 87% from the free throw line, Coach, and that is almost your level of free throw shooting.
Yeah, back in the days. Good thing there's not too much tape on that, but
we can find tape.
Yeah, we do. But again, it's a charity stripe for a reason.
And Jackson will be called for the love tap on Palesi. And Jackson a little bit perplexed by that call.
Well, you got to have your hands off Jalen Jackson from San Antonio, Texas. He's here to really pressure and make it difficult here for the point guard to bring it up.
Another whistle. And I think the shot clock did not expire properly. So 12:31 left, so it'll be 24 seconds on the shot clock, not 29. So we will have part 3 to this inbound for the Canisius Golden Griffins. And Coach Witherspoon is wanting an explanation what happened. And Witherspoon's not happy about something. He's still pleading his case here, Coach. What's the discussion that's being had right now with the referee and Coach Witherspoon?
Coach Witherspoon wants the ball to be brought up here on the sideline, not on the baseline. The referee told him that he still get a complete, there's an offensive foul.
And part 3 of this inbound ends up being a benefit for the Hilltoppers. And we go to part 4 of this inbound play.
Yeah, there you go.
So Faye comes out, Howard comes in. They bring on some big hitters out there in the attack end. And Coach Lutz very happy with that, as Jackson finally got to call his way on that.
Yep, there you go. This game's getting a little bit physical.
Yeah, that's what you
picking up
like.
the pace. We like this.
Dante Allen, Howard, giveaway. Ian Tyndall will defer over to Gadsden, who will bring it back up court as we approach 12:15 left in this first half. Akapo. Again, patience the virtue. Open. Akapo!
Slam dunk look inside. Great interior passing.
Another whistle, and you can see a bit of glitching right now from the Hilltoppers at both ends of the court. And you can see the Canisius Golden Griffins starting to hulk up here,
Well,
Coach.
I like the intensity here that's been elevated by the part of Canisius on the defensive end. See the bench here is getting up. They create the turnover here with the offensive foul, and they're going to need to raise their level of energy here. The Hilltoppers are very, very athletic and get after you defensively.
Gillespie back over, and here is Gaz's three. Front iron, rebound by McHenry. That quarterback of this offense looking for the killer pass. McHenry on the left. Up, short, rebound, Canisius.
Yeah, that's a tough shot. They can get a better one than that if you're Coach Lutz. A little bit forced by McHenry.
Gillespie, watched by McHenry, eyeball to eyeball, going through the paint. Tough shot. Too much depth on that one. Rebound, Akapo lost it back to Jackson as he goes right by Ian Tyndall. Up, over the outstretched hands. The geometry perfect on that shot.
Wow, the degree of difficulty there with the nice kiss off the glass for 2 points.
Jalen Jackson scoring about 3 a game. And he's been shadowing Palesi step for step in the last few minutes of play. And here's Palesi for 3. Splash!
They needed that one. They needed that one to open it up a little bit inside. Big time 3 here for Canisius.
And back to the near side. Lander. Dante Allen can definitely let it up if he gets going. Howard is hooked by Fritz. And a timeout called with 10:47 left in this first half. It is WKU 16, Canisius 13. Coach, it's starting to really fizz a little bit more now than the first 5 minutes of this ballgame.
I love the tempo. I think we've seen some more physicality by both teams. This has led to a couple of turnovers, couple of questionable calls. The coach is getting on the officials just a little bit. There's still a level of respect here, so I love it. I love this intensity. And again, I think when both teams start hitting some perimeter threes, it's going to open up the game even more. I think right now it's very physical inside. Nothing's easy. A couple of nice slam dunks here by Canisius, but that's what they're trying to figure out. I think you need to get to really space out offensively in the half-court set and then go over the top on that extra swing, and that's what the coaches are talking about here for Canisius.
Yeah, we see some pulsating elements of excitement from both teams in this first half here. Tail of the tape, who has the momentum as we approach the halfway point of this first half?
Well, I think, the Hilltoppers still look in control. They lead by 3. But I think that Canisius now are starting to feel a little bit better about themselves and what they're trying to do on both ends of the court, offensively and defensively. When you look at, 1 for 6 for Canisius, finally they hit that 1-3. The Hilltoppers 0 for 2, but they're getting to the free throw line with 4 attempts, so they're going to want to continue to do that.
A key number to look at here is the rebounding right now, 9-5 for Western Kentucky. Hilltoppers over Canisius. 3 offensive rebounds each. Turnovers, though, that could be a big factor right now. Already, WKU at 6, Canisius at 5. And these are 2 teams that play clean basketball when it comes to protecting the ball at both ends of the court.
Yeah, 2 turnovers here for the Hilltoppers, 5 for Canisius. So initially, you saw the turnovers created a couple of easy transition opportunities inside for WKU. But I like what I'm seeing here, and as I'm saying, if you get a couple of threes to be knocked down on both ends, it's going to open up a lot more, and we can see teams getting out in transition.
A great looking crowd this afternoon. They're expecting about 5,000 plus, if not more, Coach, in an arena that actually had the biggest home crowd for the Duke University Blue Devils.
That's right. We were here in that game, sold out, almost 11,000 people here to see Coach K a couple of years back.
5 years ago.
5 years ago. All right, time flies.
Time flies.
Time flies.
So when they had that trivia for Duke University,
your hair's getting a little bit lighter, I see. You were a lot younger when I first met you.
Of course. And the biggest home crowd ever for Duke home game was in Place Belle.
Exactly. 11,000 people against McGill is a great atmosphere, and Montreal's become a great city for basketball. Number of NBA players, so many, hundreds and hundreds of NCAA players. Montreal's become an NBA and a basketball city with this great Northern Classic MTE tournament here at Place Belle in Laval.
Porter Jr. in the game for the first time. Dinkins back in the game. And here's his first touch, Porter Jr. Trying to direct traffic. Watch closely as they are definitely playing suffocating defending right now. Mitchell in the paint. And he's
Nice
3 for
touch.
3.
Nice touch inside from the big man from Canada. Nice touch on the nice right hook.
Swung around the protractor, and now in the lower end it comes. Howard using his deltoids, going to the right, tough shot, and in for 2.
Lots of contact there too. Good no call by the official. If you're Canisius, Hilltopper fans are gonna say, "Where's the foul, ref?" But nice touch by Howard.
And back over to Pelesi. Here's Mitchell. Ian Tyndall, watched by Howard. Size mismatch from downtown Buffalo. That is too much depth on that shot from Porter Jr. McHenry.
I mean, that's a shot that's open, but you're gonna have to get a little bit more
And McHenry showing.
But now you see McHenry there.
Showing the Milwaukee Magic touch right there as he makes it a 22-15 lead for the Hilltoppers.
Well, he's somebody that's shooting 10% from 3 here. You know he wants to attack the basket, so you're gonna have to watch him because he's left-handed. It's a little bit unconventional how you're gonna defend him.
Dinkins, watched by McHenry. And now help from Howard. Pelesi thought about the 3, kick out, another from the center arc. And that's front iron again. And for Canisius so far, Coach, they are 1 for 8 so far from distance today. McHenry. Howard. Too strong. Rebounded by Mitchell.
That was a nice pass by McHenry, who drew 2 defenders. Howard just missed that one.
Pelesi now working the lower end. Mitchell at the center arc, watched by Howard. He now attacks the rim. He's short and rebounded by Howard.
Good defense there. Made it a tougher shot for Mitchell to finish.
And the paint whistle, and that will go against WKU. So another one-and-done possession here. We've had a few in a row by both teams.
Yeah, they wanted to push the pace there off the miss by Mitchell. Good idea, but good defense there to have his feet set, absorb the contact, and get the offensive foul.
And now
We
Akapo in
must say
for Porter
too,
Jr.
Mo, must say that, you know, Canisius is playing without 2 of their better players.
That's right.
Did not play yesterday, will not play this weekend here. So opportunity for others to step up, but against a team like the Hilltoppers, definitely they missed 2 of their better players.
And this could be a massive game for the repertoire if whoever wins this. Here's a 3. Nylon going through Ian Tyndall in on from the 3-point range.
Ian Tyndall for downtown.
Dinkins, 1v1, and he is fouled from behind by Brandon Newman. And there's a 22-18 lead for the Hilltoppers.
Well, you see the level of energy here by Canisius. They want to get stops, and they're going to try and run when they can.
Right.
You know, again, you hit a 3, there's the energy. You get the defense backpedaling a little bit, and then you attack. You get the contact, and now you're shooting 2 free throws, and now you could set up your defense as well. And Gatson looks to come in here.
Gatson about to come back in as Coach Witherspoon speaks to him and Ian Tyndall on our right in front of us. Literally, we can touch him from where we are. And now Dinkins at the line, and he hits the first free throw, shooting at a 66% clip. Again, didn't get going yesterday. It took until maybe 5 minutes left in the second half to get his points. But he had 4 key assists in the first half that led them to the lead that they had in the opener that they had against Wofford.
No question here. And I like the fact that when they get to the line, they get to set up their defense here. We'll see what they want to do here. You know, apply a little bit of pressure. You want to obviously make your free throws if you're Canisius.
8 minutes left. Jackson back over, and
Yeah,
here
they're in the
is.
zone. Back to the zone here for Canisius.
Can they pick the lock of the zone? WKU. Jackson, patience will be a virtue. Allen. Here's a launch from distance. That's off the heel, rebounded by Mitchell.
Good defensive possession here. 1 shot in the box out for Canisius.
Kalambe missed that one, and now it is Gazden losing the handle, and he maintains possession. Akabo.
They got to get the ball moving here if you're Canisius.
Ian Tyndall trying to move it from 17. Too strong, rebounded by Allen. And Jackson wants to really move it. Jackson, the afterburners, denied.
Whoa, what a block!
And we go back the other way.
Get that out of here, young fella.
Dinkins, Akapo. Ian Tyndall's launch, missing the target, rebounded by Faye.
Yeah, that looked good when it left. Jackson is fast.
Part 2.
Wow.
And for the 2.
Oh, fearless. Fearless is what I see. Not afraid of the block, the monster block on the previous possession. He's having himself a great game here. Jalen Jackson, only 3 points per game heading into this game, but is definitely somebody that wants the opportunity to showcase his talents.
Showing the ruthlessness and penetration on that drive. As he got rejected the last time, it's made up for it this time. Dinkins, watched by Faye, Akapo. And it is Gazin with 5 left in the shot clock. Splitting through, and a wall of black. And one side is happy, the other side isn't happy, and that is a team in white who is not too happy with the call going against them. 6:30 left here in this first half. WKU up 24-19 from Place Bell. You're watching the Northern Classic presented by Evenco. Stay tuned for the last 6:30. Could WKU have the lead into the team talk? We'll find out from Place Bell.
That's my mute?
Yeah, green is to go on. We're on mute right now. We go on. Press the red.
Press the red?
Exactly.
So if I want to sneeze or cough,
Exactly. Run the red.
run the red?
Exactly. You're number 2. I'm number 1.
Oh, this is me?
Yeah, that's you.
So just the red.
Exactly.
Good job. Hey?
Great crowd. Great crowd. It's amazing. Thank you. Good job. Great crowd. This is incredible. This is incredible, Coach. Once they get out of the huddle, they'll go back on. Gives us a swing as well. Gives us a swing. No, everyone. Ray was done. We have fantastic like Buffalo. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. They can tell me if you want really quick pictures. Yeah. No. I try to keep it both ways, give up good stacks and all that. Ready?
Welcome back here. Coach Peter Yiannopoulos, Mo Khan on the Northern Classic presented by Evenco from Place Bell in Laval, Quebec, which is a 25-minute drive. There's no traffic from downtown Montreal to Laval.
Traffic in Montreal?
Never.
Little bit of construction, little bit of traffic, but one of the best cities in the world. I highly recommend that everybody that's watching us here get a chance and come over here because Montreal is where it's at.
We've had some pulsating basketball so far in this first half, Coach. Both teams have gone blow for blow. This has been a heavyweight fight with how it's played out from one end to the other end for both sides.
Absolutely here. We've seen the level of intensity elevate. Both teams here playing at a pretty good level. Shooting could be a little bit more improved from the perimeter, but it's starting to get better.
As we go around the circle, and here is Jackson in the paint. Jackson stopping, looking, kicking. Allen in the paint. Lost the handle. Recovered by Canisius. Losing it back over to WKU. Allen over Faye. Head fake and a two-handed autograph. And Witherspoon's not happy about that either, Coach. Paletsi's three. Cannot hit.
Canisius is really frustrated here to Coach Saab. They didn't think a reset should have happened there. Nobody had possession.
From the paint, too strong. Rebound, Faye. Faye can't finish.
Oh, he tried to come on the other side there and throw it down.
Yeah, he's had the magnet on his hands when it comes to the basketball, finding him around the rim. Eintendal. Here is Mitchell.
Nice cut.
Paletsi. Denied by Allen. No foul. Play on. We go.
Big time block there.
Lander with the left. From one end to the other end, and a two-point conversion timeout called by Canisius. 5:17 left, and again, they are not happy with the last minute of play and how this played out so far.
Well, what happened was there was a steal, and then Canisius tried to gather the ball. It didn't seem like they had possession, but the scorer's table gave them the reset. The referees allowed it, and then that allowed the offensive rebound and the slam dunk, and that's what got Canisius frustrated. But I think what Canisius needs to do is when you're going to go up, you got to go up strong, because there are some really athletic players for the Hilltoppers that can make some big-time blocks there. Allen with the rejection, and that leads to transition opportunities for the Hilltoppers.
That's the voice of Peter Yiannopoulos, Mo-Con here on the Northern Classic presented by Evenco from Laval, Quebec at Place Bell. We've seen some rampaging excellence from both teams. And for this right now, it's the biggest lead of 9 for WKU over Canisius. It is a battle between Conference USA against the Metro Atlantic. And again, you said it before, Coach, there's a lot of connections with Canada and the Metro Atlantic. And right now, we're seeing the Golden Griffins trying to get back as they're in Reading down by 9.
A little weave action for Canisius. And they want to get the defense moving for the Hilltoppers.
Mitchell, he's had a great start to the game. Using his deltoids. Mitchell over Howard. And he missed that one. Rebounded by Allen. And play on we go.
Good no call by the official there.
McHenry. Head fake. McHenry with the left. In for the 2.
Yeah, he's quick. He's deceptive. And he's got a nice touch there on his floater, left-handed. This time going to his right and coming back and finishing with his left. Mitchell had a good opportunity inside. He's got to make that.
Dinkins cannot make that. Mitchell can't get that. And it goes back to WKU.
Right now, the defense of the Hilltoppers is really causing severe problems for Canisius. It's hard to get a good shot off, let alone make them at this point in juncture. And I think they've raised their intensity here on the defensive end.
Well, the tonic required for Canisius is stops and points. And they have had the stops, but no points of late. Marshall Jr., Howard. Back out over to Lander. Played some big minutes yesterday in the win, in the nightcap on day 1. And now into the teeth. Howard, too strong, rebounded by Canisius.
That was an easy one that was missed. Howard makes that probably 99% of the time.
A launch.
Needed that.
Bullseye.
Needed that. You know, that's a 5-point swing. Howard should have made that 2. Eidendahl hits that 3 in transition.
30-22 lead. In the lane, Allen gliding, cannot finish, rebound. Second bite of the cherry is too sour and rebounded by Canisius.
Allen's very talented, looking to force a little bit here. He's got to finish here.
Palessi can't finish, pump back.
Oh! Hello, Mr. Mitchell. Slam dunk, we papa, I love it.
Had an autograph on the rim, and now is a 6-point lead for the Hilltoppers. 5-0 run. Howard. Yes, big one, 32-24 lead.
Love the footwork by Howard. Patient inside, left shoulder coming up and makes it the jump hook.
Akabo, and here is Palessi. We've had some intoxicating basketball so far. A launch, whistle, and 3:04 left in this first half.
And what happens there, Mo-Con, my partner, is that once you hit one or a second 3-point shot, now the defense got to come a little bit closer on you, a little more of a contest. And what happens? You got the foul in the perimeter, 3 free throws here for Canisius.
So right now, Coach, you look at it from Canisius' standpoint, the Canadian, Frank Mitchell, has been the flair player. He's been the poacher of points, and he's been much more present now at both ends of the court. Do they feed the big man, or do they kind of spread out this very big WKU defense?
Well, you want to attack in transition on both sides if you can. And I think that Western Kentucky, WKU, when you got a player like Howard, man, you got to give him the ball because he opens it up. Right now, they're not double teaming him, so he's going to work. If they're going to send a second defender on him, he's going to have to pass the ball, and it's going to open up some shots in the perimeter.
Right.
Canisius here, they play in waves, right? When they get stops and they get turnovers on the defensive end, it kind of ignites them on the offensive side. The 3-ball obviously has to go down. They're going back door, but it's not as easy because the Hilltoppers are so long and athletic, and they challenge shots, not only when they block them, but they alter them. So A little bit of a chess match here, but I think, again, great pace to this game, 32-24. I think the Hilltoppers feel comfortable. They feel that probably they should be leading by a little bit more, but I think this is going to be critical here in the last 3 minutes and 4 seconds left.
The biggest number, rebounding.
Yeah, exactly. Will this stay under 8 points? Can they cut it to 4 to 3 or even under 5? Or can the Hilltoppers get it back to over 10?
Hilltoppers shooting 50% from the field. Golden Griffins only 31%, but they're only down by 8, Coach. And you think about the top point getters, Mitchell at 8 points, 6 rebounds ready for the big man from Toronto. Meanwhile, there's a plethora of 6-point getters right now for Western Kentucky. You look at Howard at 9, McHenry at 6, and also Fay at 6. So they've had more of the spread of the balance in terms of the point production by the Hilltoppers.
Well, McHenry, Lander, and Jackson really push the tempo.
Right.
I mean, they could really ignite that fast break, that transition offense. So Canisius, their transition defense has to be aware. There's principles. You got to stop the ball if you're Canisius. Obviously, you're not really threatened because the Hilltoppers are only 0 for 3 from the three-point line. They haven't hit one yet. Still up by 6. We'll see if he can make the last free throw. Very important that Mr. CM Itendal continues to make threes.
Yeah, Sima Itendal, the Dutch native, him and Fritz, the KLM duo.
Ruud Gullit was my favorite Dutchman when he played
yes.
soccer. 1988 European champions.
And Fay. Now they're in a zone. Can they, again, unlock this zone from Canisius? Back out to the near side. McHenry. He's a 10% shooter. Missing that one. Rebound. Fay will get it. A reload for the Hilltoppers. McHenry. Deflected. Right back to Jackson.
Good defense. They got to stay with it. 10 on the clock.
Back out. Fay on the end line. Too strong. And Akapo. And a sigh of relief for the Golden Griffins.
A nice athletic move here, but just couldn't finish.
Swung around. And out to the near side. Itendal trying to get it over to Porter Jr. And he creates space. And back out to Dink as they come. Palesi, he's had a good first half. 10 left on the shot clock. Itendal has the hot hand. And off the ankle of Fay. And this will stop play with 2:05 left in this first half.
Yeah, very physical game here. You see a little bit of a mental fatigue. Itendal looking at Coach Spoon saying, "My bad, Coach." With a very tough interior pass. Luckily, a kickball will give them 20 seconds on the shot clock.
So new reprieve right now. It's late November, Coach, but it has that March feel to this game right now.
It does, and with the crowd here for an early afternoon game, it's fantastic. The atmosphere is incredible.
Porter Jr. Palesi from the center arc. Itendal catches, shoot 3, and he got hacked, and he's going to the line again. Second chance at 3 free throws coming up here for the Golden Griffin player.
Well, Coach Spoon has got him going there. They're a little bit more patient on the offensive end. The ball's moving around. They're swinging it. And then when it comes back, again, when you hit a couple, you're going to get the defense getting a little bit tighter on the offensive player. And right now, he looks confident, especially at the free throw line.
He was 3 of 3, now 4 of 4 from the line, and it's now 32-28 lead for the
He's wasting
Hilltoppers.
no time at the line as well. He's just like, let's go. Two dribbles, putting it up there, nothing but net.
He's
you
got
don't want
places
to jinx
to go.
free throw shooters. I've learned that over the years. You don't want to jinx them.
They're creature of habits.
When you're talking here and you're saying he's getting 90%, that's when he misses. But this kid, he's like virtually automatic from the line, and he's changed the complexion of this game here late in the first half.
Him by himself, 6 points. And now it's a 1-score lead for the Hilltoppers over the Golden Griffins.
They're staying in the zone, Canisius here.
1:51 left in this first half. McHenry from the center arc trying to negotiate. Allen, McHenry on the interplay. Still trying to work their way through. McHenry, tough shot, too strong, rebound. And now Canisius can take the lead with a 3 or tied up with a 2. Itendal underneath, going up.
Oh!
And 1.
Slam dunk with the foul, throwing it down. Transition on the perimeter, sets the screen. He rolls, and he finishes with authority.
Akapo at the line. And he will now look to add to this total. The Texas native from Dallas scoring about 9 a game. Had 15 and 3 yesterday. And a massive opportunity now for the Canisius attack to get the lead, which they do now. And by my count now, Coach, they're on a 8-0 run on Canisius. Canisius is over Western Kentucky, Hilltoppers.
We were saying, man, can they keep it till about 5, 6 at that before halftime? They've taken the lead here, and the zone has been a big factor. Hilltoppers can't make a 3.
Jackson, McHenry from the center arc. And the shooter's touch. Back up by 2.
Finally, they get one to fall, hit front rim, and went in, but they'll take it.
1 of 4 so far from distance
They're
today.
going to have to take those because that's what the defense is giving them.
Backdoor. 1 touch. Palessi.
Beautiful.
Missing that one. Rebound. Canisius. Reload. Dinkins. Palessi. Second chance. And he can't hit. Rebounded by the Hilltoppers. And here they come back the other way, trying to extend their lead. Add a bit of gloss of 2 to their total.
2 good looks by Palessi. Couldn't knock him down.
McHenry. Here's Newman. He's been quiet so far. Jackson's been active. From the free throw line. Explosive. Can't finish. Fay in traffic. In the teeth. In for the 2.
Yeah, you're not going to block him from the top. You got to strip him before he goes up. He's so long and athletic. He's really performed well here in the first half for the Hilltoppers.
And just like that, a 5-0 run for the Hilltoppers. In the blink of an eye, they have the Stardust going for them right now.
They're going to hold for 1 shot here if you're Canisius.
1 shot indeed. So the big clock, small clock is identical. And now playing for the last roll of the dice. Tyndall looking. Patience, 5 left. Tyndall can't hit. Fay recovery. And that is it at the end of the first half. A great first half. WKU up by 4, 37-33. We'll have Coach Lutz on with us here from halftime as we join Coach Lutz right now. Coach, first half, quite the explosive first half for you guys in this game. It's been a boxing match so far. Your thoughts, how this played out in this first half for you guys?
I thought that we played well in spurts. We didn't play well towards the end of the second half. We got to foul in and put them to the line. I mean, we put the one kid to the line for 6 free throws just off 3-point shots in which we're behind the play, or we didn't communicate a switch or something along those lines. But we've rebounded the ball well. We've limited them to 1 shot. I thought we played fairly good defense for the most part. But we've turned the ball over way too much. 8 turnovers and a half for us is way too many turnovers.
1 too many for you. What's the key for you guys in the second half?
Obviously to take care of the basketball, and then, I think we've got to do a better job against the zone. We didn't attack the zone nearly well enough.
Coach, thanks so much, and good luck in the second half.
Yep, no problem.
Thank you. That's Coach Les here with us from halftime. It is a lead for WKU. Stay tuned for second half action from Place Bell. Welcome back here, halftime at Place Bell between Canisius and WKU. And the Hilltoppers up by 4. We had a very vibrant, exciting final 5 minutes of this first half, Coach, and we hope that carries over into the second half. What is the key in your mind, starting off with Canisius and trying to get back in this game, which they were up by 1 late in this first half?
Well, I was just speaking to the assistant coach for Canisius, and he said, we got to get tougher. We got to get tougher, and I think if they're able to do that like they did in the last 3 minutes of the first half, they're going to have some success. Hilltoppers are fast, they're long, they're athletic. It's tough. They're missing 2 starters, Canisius, but right now they hit a couple of threes. They went to the free throw line, 6 for 6 by Tyndall. I think he changed the complexion of this game, but right now the first 3 minutes of this second half is going to be crucial. The Hilltoppers only 1 for 5 from 3. Canisius remains in the zone to start the second half.
And for WKU, what is the key for them? And here's Howard, and he attacks the zone with ferocity. Could that be the key for them to have success now?
Well, that's his 11th point, and he's 4 for 8 for 50% from the field inside. He's a load. He's got a nice touch from inside.
High pass, and now it's sent back to Buffalo, New York, courtesy of Tyndall, and this goes back over to the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, I love the good people there in Buffalo, New York. Been there many, many times.
Very cold. And snowy, too.
Absolutely.
I think it's the most snowed city in North America, I believe.
Well, I live in Montreal. There's a lot of snow here
Yeah,
too.
we
but
go
they
neck
get
and
there in
neck with Buffalo. But, of course, they have that Buffalo tough mentality, the Golden Griffins. Trying to break the zone again. Could they do it now? Here's a three. Whistle. And a foul with 19-18 left in this second half.
So Coach Spoon and the Canisius coaching staff are yelling at the officials that they're sleeping in the key. 3 seconds in the key on the offensive end. They want to get Howard outside. The referees are like, they got it. They'll watch it.
And with that, free throws here for McHenry. And we talk about what he did in the first half. He had a great first half, scoring under 14 a game this year. 87% from the free throw line from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And that's a tough foul to take if you are Canisius, because WKU has only hit 1 3 in this game. And now you're fouling a three-point shooter, so you're giving him 3 free throws at the free throw line. That's a tough one.
And this is our third sequence here, Coach, of the foul being called on a three-point attempt. Ian Tyndall had 2 of those in the first half, and now McHenry having the third one. Is it being called very tight now in terms of the closeout by the defending team against the opposition? And Dinkins with it, and now 42-33 lead. A 10-0 run for WKU. And back over Ken, the Golden Griffins figured out. Into the traffic. Fritz, put back right there, courtesy of Mitchell.
Mitchell's having one heck of a game inside against the front line of the Hilltoppers. Another offensive rebound and 2 points inside.
On the end line, trying to work their way through. Here's Newman. Missing from the iron from the center arc, rebounded by Mitchell. And Canisius now chip away at this deficit of 7. And
Dinkins is going to have to step up here in the second half.
And that is out of bounds. 18:37 left in the second half.
1 point in the first half for Dinkins. 17 minutes, 0 for 4, 0 for 3 from the three-point line. He needs to be better. The junior from Chester, Pennsylvania, coming in with 16 points a game and 55% from 3.
Back out to Ian Tyndall. He had a hot hand in the first half for the Golden Griffins. Dinkins trying to get going in the second half against McHenry, and a little hand fighting right there, and a foul on the Hilltopper. And be a first personal on McHenry. This will be side out for Canisius, and it will be Gadsden, the inbounder. Fritz, another Dutchman back to his countryman.
There you go.
Bullseye.
There you go. Absolutely no hesitation on that one. Freed up, catch and shoot, nails it.
McHenry can't convert, rebounded by Mitchell.
Another defensive rebound by Mitchell.
Gadsden.
He's having himself an incredible game here in his hometown, or his country of
home
Canada.
Country, yeah. I don't think Toronto's would ever recognize themselves as Montrealers.
Well, they should.
And vice versa, too.
We do a lot of things better.
High-low, Fritz.
Yes! Great pass, high-low. Fritz finishes. Canisius playing some good basketball here to start the second half.
Now a 2-point lead. And just like that, it's a 7-0 run for the Golden Griffins. A game of runs we are. And now it's back over to Dinkins.
Should look for the skip.
Dinkins in the paint. And Fritz impeded by Rodney Howard. And that will be a foul on the big man from Michigan.
Well, they had the transition off the turnover. They could have looked for the three-point shot on the skip with Ian Tyndall, but they go inside, and Fritz is able to catch, gather, and then go up and absorb the body contact. So 2 free throws here. You have to feel good if you're Coach Spoon and Canisius here, because it was one difficult first half. If you look at it, for 17 minutes, WKU had the distinct advantage. And now the way they started the second half, the first minute and a half, there's a couple of turnovers. So high-level game here this afternoon in Laval, Quebec. It's about 20 minutes from Montreal, from downtown.
I said 25.
Yeah,
I said 25.
Well, listen, that's the way you drive, Mokan. The way I drive, I'm there in 20.
I guess Waze gives you better
I'm
directions.
like Winston Wolfe from Pulp Fiction, okay? 28 minutes away, I'll be there in 10. I solve problems.
I'm like Lewis Hamilton on the highway.
That's right.
And here is Faye trying to look like Lewis Hamilton, and he lost his handle. Back out it comes. Marshall Jr. He's been quiet so far in this ball game. Faye on the interplay. Faye denied by Mitchell.
Get that out of here. Mitchell again.
Dinkins. as he will slow down the pace. Could they retake the lead again for the Golden Griffins? Down low,
Yes,
and
there
it
you
goes
go.
through. Yuri Fritz.
I love the way they spaced out the court. They're looking tremendous here.
McHenry with an ace of his own. And we back to parity here, 44-44. And we go from one end to the other end. Dinkins will defer back to Mitchell, who's had a fabulous game. Here he is on the high-low. Mitchell in for the deuce.
Oh, Canisius is here. Buffalo, New York, stand up. They've taken the lead.
And back over, Tyrone Marshall Jr. gives it over. Lovely turn by Fade, denied. Deleted out of bounds by Mitchell.
He's got to be careful, Mitchell doesn't want to get a technical foul here.
And he is
He's intense. He just told him, hey, get that garbage out of here, young man. This is my country here. You're playing in Canada.
looking like the CN Tower out there.
Exactly. Well, he's showing a complete package tonight, not only on the offensive end, defensively. He's distributing the basketball, blocking shots. Tremendous performance by Mitchell.
On the near side he goes. Newman, watched by Gadsden. 8 left in the shot clock. Trying to find an outlet, he does. McHenry from the center arc. He can't hit. Mitchell rebound. And we go back the other way, and it is back over to Dinkins from the center arc. He cannot buy a bucket. Rebound, still alive. Fade with the recovery in the paint. And now they go back down the other way. Pirouette and a foul will be called on Canisius as Kalambe was impeded on the pirouettes.
Great momentum here. Swing. Canisius is playing with confidence. They have the lead. Wow, what a turn of events here. Canisius playing with that supreme confidence. TV timeout here. The Hilltoppers got to respond.
And right now, when you look at the Hilltoppers, they have the artillery to come back in this game here, Coach. Is there anyone that you're circling that has to step up here? Is it Rodney Howard, the big man who had a fabulous game yesterday? Is it McHenry? Is it anyone that you see that has to play better? One guy that could be in play is the Kentucky transfer, Dante Allen, who's had a very quiet game so far for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, Allen hasn't done much. He's trying to force it a little bit. When I look at this team, you got to look at Newman. He's going to have to step up. McHenry is having a decent game, but I think, Kalambe's going to have to step up. He's playing in his home province here. He's from the area. He's got a lot of potential. Just got to figure to get more touches, right? And sometimes maybe it's not shooting threes or getting something. It's maybe getting to the offensive glass. Right. Running, cutting on a back door, getting out in transition. I think that's what he needs to do. I need to see that from him here if I am the Hilltoppers. But I think collectively you need everybody to step up their game here as we get into the second half. Only 4 minutes have gone by, 4+ minutes, but I think the momentum has swung in favor of Canisius.
Yes, Canisius now has gone 6 of 11 shooting when they were down by 8 to Western Kentucky. And meanwhile, for the Hilltoppers, they have now gone 4-13, Coach, when they were up by 8. So this has not been the better shooting display from the Hilltoppers. And I look at rebounding right now, Coach, it is still a 20-20 edge for the Hilltoppers, but yet they're the team right now that's down by 2.
Yeah, Brandon Newman, 0 for 3 tonight, 2 points. A senior coming in with 12 points a game, close to 7 rebounds a game. He needs to start elevating his performance, his energy level, and his compete level.
And here's some highlights from this second half.
Yeah, no question. We've seen what's great about the Canisius offense. It struggled early in the first half, trying to get into the offense. Credit to the defense of the Hilltoppers, but right now you're seeing the ball's moving.
Right.
It's going around. They're going high-low. They're getting turnovers. They're getting backdoor cuts. They're hitting threes. But I think Canisius Mitchell has totally taken over this game on both ends of the court.
Canisius zone. Mitchell over there, Frank Mitchell, that is. He's been a Buccaneer out there at both ends of the court, and now it is WKU ball. And early movement. And they have a redo here with 15:44 left, 24 left in the shot clock. McHenry, the inbounder on the end line. And he finds Faye, who had a good first half at 6. Kalambe now in the paint. The Quebecer.
There you go.
Salut, bonjour. Welcome back to Quebec.
That's what he needed to do. Get something going towards the basket. Nothing too complicated. One dribble, go up strong, finishes with a kiss.
Here's a three. Missed the target. Ricochets. Mitchell.
He's so good. He's so good the way he could control the rebounds, waits a little bit, and then the nice hook for 2 points.
A real quality about him, has magnets. He's been in the postal code of that area of rebounds and points. Looking for the off-balance shot.
Good
That is no
defense.
connection. And back over we go. Back to Mitchell and the missed shot from Brandon Newman. Dinkins. Mitchell, 48-46 lead for the Golden Griffins. And it is back to Porter Jr. Ian Tyndall had a good first half. Mitchell has been the best of the bunch so far for the Canisius Golden Griffins. Akapo's three.
There it is. They needed that one. Akpo for three.
And recovered by the Hilltoppers. In the paint to go. And a teardrop coming through of the Quebecer.
Kalambe now, that's what we needed him to be more aggressive here. You're playing in front of your hometown fans. Get after it.
51-48 lead. We go back and forth. Akapo on the last trip with a three. Now trying to work it down low. And there's a clear space inside the paint. Mitchell is playing high. And now he gets in the low and a whistle. And right now he's been ruthless in the paint, coach, with what his presence has done against this shooting in tall, wide Tops team.
Yeah, and again, it's patience. The ball's moving, and it's allowing the interior to be open to create space and for him to get to work and to be able to finish there inside. So Mitchell really showcasing all his versatility as a complete basketball player, going up against a little taller and more athletic front line of the Hilltoppers, but he's playing tremendous.
Gillespie back in the game for the Golden Griffins. Mitchell will put it back in orbit, and here is Dinkins. Gadsden trying to get his arsenal going. Gillespie deflected. Akapo in traffic. Too strong. Put back.
Oh!
Mitchell.
Who else? Frank Mitchell slam dunk! What a beast!
13:44 left in this second half. Kalambe using the geometry perfectly on that shot.
Kalambe, 6 in a row for him. Showcasing his athletic ability inside.
53-50 lead for the Golden Griffins. Working the low again. Switch of play. One touch pass. End line. Gadsden.
Wow! That's a nice move here. Now everything's dropping for Canisius because of the patience in the ball reversal. Very nice to watch here. Kalambe's going to want to touch it again here. Canisius stays in the zone.
Lander and Jackson in the game.
Nice
no
pass.
look.
That's a great pass.
Fay fouled.
That's a great pass by Kalambe, but I love what WKU was doing here against the zone. They have Kalambe at the high post, and then when he gets the ball, he's either attacking one dribble, using the floater. In this situation, both defenders came towards him, finds his teammate with a nice no-look pass, 2 shots and a foul. Good execution here. If you're not going to make the three-point shots, at least get that ball into the high post, and good things are going to happen against the zone.
Yeah, Babacar Faye shooting 50% from the free throw line coming into this event. And he misses on that attempt. Babacar Faye, who so far today is 4 of 8 from the field, 8 points, 0 for 1 from the free throw line.
5-point lead here for Canisius. They were down most of the first half, but they showed some resilience here, ended the first half strong, and now everything that they've been working on here offensively has worked against a very, very tough Hilltopper defense.
13:01 left, and free throws might be the currency to get back in this game where the Hilltoppers are 7 of 10 from the line so far today. And the attempt is good, 55-52 lead for the Golden Griffins. And with 13 minutes left, Palesi back with it. Peter Anopoulos, Mo Khan here on this Saturday afternoon. And Palesi back at the controls of this ship. Gadsden swinging it back out to the near side. Back over, a three for Palesi. Bullseye.
Again, wide open here. The ball reversal. The patience on offense is giving open looks here for Canisius, and they're hitting them.
And Canisius now up by 7, their biggest lead of the afternoon. Lander, deflected by Mitchell.
Good block.
The CN Tower coming up prominent again for Canisius. Transition. Gadsden. And he's fouled. And a 7-point lead with 12:19 left for the visitors from Buffalo.
Well, I think a little bit of adversity here for the Hilltoppers. Things have been going great for them the whole game. Who's going to step up here, right?
Right.
And going to slow things down, calm things down. There's still a lot of basketball here to be played.
Right.
12-20. Obviously, Howard is their guy inside. I think good things happen when he touches the ball. When he gets the ball inside, not only he's able to score, but he brings other defenders close to him. That's going to open up a little bit, not only three-point shots, what they've struggled a little bit with today, but passing lanes, or cutting lanes that give them some opportunities to score.
Well, right now for WKU, Plan A is going out the window. You're on to Plan B, down by 7. They need to get some stops and some points, Coach. Who has to be a key member now for this Hilltopper offense to get this going in their favor?
Well, there's no question. McHenry is their guy that has the ball. Obviously, Jackson now is in here as the backup point guard. They're going to have to make some shots. They're going to have to make some shots from the perimeter. Lander as well.
Here's Howard, who can make shots. The Dreadnought with the right hook, and there you go, Coach.
Well, again, we asked for it. We got it. That's what Coach Lutch wants. The ball going inside, and then that's going to open up some opportunities on the perimeter for the Hilltoppers. Beautiful touch by Howard.
On Tyndall. In the paint, kick out. Here's a little move and a foul, and with 11:48 left, 6-point lead for Canisius. Timeout called on the court, and there's a foul that will be called. And right now for Canisius, they have been throwing a plethora of right hooks at the jaw of the Hilltoppers. And what could the Hilltoppers come up here? And now that's going to be key moving towards this final 11:48. The route is stops and points, and could WKU do that a little bit more consistent than before?
Well, lots of time in this game. It's 40 minutes for a reason. I think that, you look at the coaching staff there, Coach Lutz, they're trying to figure out, hey, how can we get more stops here? Because Canisius has been really getting good looks on the offensive end, which they didn't have in the first half. But I think Western Kentucky needs to play their brand of basketball. Get the ball inside of Howard, look for opportunities inside, and crash the offensive glass. And when you get stops, which Western Kentucky got in the first half, it opened up transition with their speed and pace, with like McHenry and Lander, and especially Jackson, who's been so quick with the ball. Hilltoppers need to play faster, and I think if they get their stops defensively, that's going to open up a lot of more opportunities for them offensively.
Well, it's been a game of runs, Coach. We've seen it right in this matchup where the Hilltoppers had a 10-0 run. Canisius comes back with their own run, and now they're up by 6 with 11:48 left. And who could come out with that knockout blow late in this matchup here? But again, the attacking army for both teams has been on display. And who could be that X factor? That's going to be key going towards this final 11 minutes of change.
Well, I think the coaching staff's looking for that, right? They're looking for some leadership here. It's early in the season. New staff, obviously a new system, but you got some veteran players on this roster, and they're going to have to really showcase that, hey, we can make things happen. Obviously, McHenry is somebody that has the ball in his hands a lot, hasn't been able to be consistent from the perimeter, but I love when he attacks the rim. He gets some opportunities, nice floaters. But again, Newman is going to have to play better. Dante Allen, has gotten a little bit of an opportunity, but I think they need to do this collectively. And again, it all starts in the defensive end. The more stops you get, if you stop Canisius, you're going to be able to push and get easy transition buckets on the other side.
You know what I love the most about these two teams, Coach? The style of shoes.
Yes.
We've had some different colors, different styles and profiles, and they've been playing A1 basketball this afternoon from Place Bell.
Well, that's what it's all about, and obviously both these teams here want to showcase that they're here to win, and they got their style. Obviously, both Nike schools over here.
Well, the classic line, look good, feel good, feel good, play good, right?
That's what it's all about.
And right now we've had some guys who played good, and that is Frank Mitchell for Canisius. Rodney Harris had a solid game so far, and now they're down by 6 with Gadsden at the line, about to come back in as Dinkins for Canisius.
And again, once you get to the free throw line, it slows the game down. Canisius not as quick, not as fast, and it's not as talented as the Hilltoppers, so they're going to want to slow this game down a little bit and then set their defense here off the second free throw.
That's the voice of Peter Yiannopoulos, Mo Khan, on this Saturday afternoon. Game number 4 of 9 from the Northern Classic presented by Evenco. And he hits on that one, and Dinkins comes back in as Palesi, or I beg your pardon, Gazno will go off instead. Lander will defer to Kalambe, who will be the inbounder, with Jackson at the point guard position.
Dinkins is still 0 for 5, only for 1 point here for Canisius. He's somebody that usually steps up. The Hilltoppers have done a great job slowing him down today.
He hasn't liked Canada yet, Dinkins. Howard. Sarkar pass in the paint. And
That's
a
nice.
big move right there by Tyrone Marshall Jr.
That's what we needed there. Great play using the screen, and he explodes to the basket for 2 points.
Tyndall will defer back over, and here's Mitchell again. Tyndall on the far side, watched by Lander. Post play for Mitchell, deflected by Howard. In the left corner goes. Switch of play, open 3. Head fake in the paint. Here's a 3. Splash.
There you go, there you go. Hits a big-time shot on the perimeter.
Jackson showing his afterburners on that. He is very fast, Coach.
There's nobody faster, we haven't seen it yet, going coast to coast with the ball than Jackson. Wow, he was phenomenal on that play.
63-57 lead for the team in white. Mitchell against Howard. Around 1. Dinkins negotiating. Mitchell in the paint, and he will scurry out of the area. 5 left in the shot clock. Tyndall missed that. An absolute sitter for him.
That was a great play by him.
Jackson. Oh, my.
That's a tough one. That's a tough call here. There was an easy layup by Canisius, just missed. Doesn't miss too many of them, but Jackson just exploded down. A little bit of a tough call here on the offensive call. Not quite sure about that one, but the officials have done a pretty good job here so far today.
And Coach Letts is not happy about that one.
No, he's letting them have it. I would tend to agree with him, but again, lots of basketball here to be played. The Hilltoppers keep playing their high-octane defensive trapping here on the half court.
And that goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tyrone Marshall Jr. We are approaching 10 minutes left. A 6-point lead for the Golden Griffins over the Hilltoppers. And there's a double tech. Palesi and Jackson will be called for the techs.
Double technical fouls here. The official trying to keep things under control here. It's been a physical game, an emotional game. These are two really good teams, really good programs that both 1-0, right? They want to get that second win here this afternoon here in Montreal.
Well, we talked about the initial point of our broadcast. This one is massive for the menu when it comes to decision time in mid-March.
Absolutely.
Tyndall.
4 on the clock.
3 on the clock. Fade away. Akapo. And they are going to have to
they want to review that.
Yeah.
Whether the basket was good.
So they will have to review that, and they will now have a chance here. As they look at the review board right now, as they look at the screen, and they'll turn it around. Right in front of us here, Coach.
Yeah, it was really close, and you could sense with the shot clock winding down, the coaching staff were saying, shoot it. Did he get it off in time? We're going to see the replay and let the officials come up with the decision.
And this is a tough one here, Coach, because this was a photo finish of the shot being released at the death of the shot clock. And so now they're conversing about this as we speak right in front of us and what this will be. This is a photo. I don't know, Coach, if that was clean or not. That was tough to tell.
It was close.
Very close indeed. So we'll see now. As you see the Canisius staff trying to get a better angle from their view as they try to sneak into the coaches huddle with the referees huddle.
Well, it's a 6-point game. That's going to be very determining, right?
And
they're going to take away the 2 points.
And now WKU's trying to get a peek at the screen.
They're all trying to get a peek. And
it's just a computer monitor. It's not really a 4K screen over here. But nonetheless, though, we will find out what the call is. Still deep conversation. They're going to take one more look here, Coach. The longer this goes, it becomes more difficult to assess what the decision is regardless of sport.
Babacar Faye's had a great game today, Mo.
He
8
has
points,
indeed.
7 rebounds. He's made an impact. Obviously, super athletic. He gets to the rim. He's somebody that could really help them. The Hilltoppers are deep. They got a lot of players here that could really contribute and be productive. So they're going to try and use that depth versus a shorthanded Canisius team here with 2 injuries.
Yeah, the Hilltoppers now are on a 3-game winning streak. They're 4-1 at this point. Canisius 3-2. And still a discussion going on right now with what the call could be. And it's a serious thing. Coach Witherspoon wanted to see what's going on here as well.
And it's taking time. Coach Spoon here watching, waiting for the call by the officials.
And this is almost like a judge-jury type of thing now. Taking dates to deliberate on what the call could be. And Canisius given the verdict. Thank you so much. And so that is it right there. And as the referee told us, it was a close call on that play.
Very close, but inconclusive enough to turn it around. The basket will count. And now the Hilltoppers here with possession. McHenry, who's had a good game here today.
And here's Jackson with it. Now they're trapping on the end of the hole, almost a backcourt violation. Switch of play. And back over to Marshall Jr. Give and go on the byline. They come. McHenry. He cannot convert. Rebound Mitchell.
Good look. I like the ball reversal, and then he attacked on the baseline, just couldn't finish.
Plessy with it. Trying to work his way through as we approach 9 left in this second half. Mitchell, Howard on him. Facing up, now backing up. Ian Tyndall, Lander watching him closely like a babysitter. Down to the near side. Going up strong. Dinkins opens up his account.
Well, Dinkins absorbs the contact and able to finish. Good no call by the official.
McHenry, we're south of 9. It's a 10-point lead for the Golden Griffins, their biggest lead of the afternoon. Lander, McHenry, dribbling, driving, and a beautiful finish by him.
He's got that. The 1-2 dribble, pull up with the floater with his left hand. He's really stepped up today. Him and Howard have been so consistent for the Hilltoppers.
Showing the panache so far in this second half. Mitchell cutting. Oh, 2 guys off the ball. Caught 2 months with Akapo. And now McHenry back the other way. Kick out. Extra pass. And
nice
bouncing
pass.
over. And Howard.
Great pass inside. I love it.
Great authority from
Marshall
Howard.
Jr. looks inside. Howard with the slam dunk. Timeout, Canisius. Let's go. The Hilltoppers are back here. Need some momentum.
4-0 run now for WKU. And this has been one of those games, Coach, where it might be a run that ends off this game for the winning team here. And for WKU, they're getting 4 key points, which was lacking for them in the 5 minutes prior to this timeout.
Well, they're explosive. We know that. We've seen it. They showed that last night, and they're showing it again today. A little bit of a tougher game for them here in the second half. A lot of things going well for Canisius on the offensive end. Struggling a little bit from 3, the Hilltoppers. But again, if they can get out in transition, get stops, that's going to open up some lanes. And then you see good things happen when Howard touches the ball.
Right.
Good things happen, and then
Right.
he finishes there with authority. Now they can set up their defense. Can their defense ignite their offense here in the last 8 minutes and 10 seconds of this game?
And you see some good ball movement by Canisius. And Dinkins opens up his account.
Well, Dinkins came into this game averaging almost 16 points a game. Very quiet today, but you're playing against a team with elite athleticism, very, very sound defensively. The Hilltoppers play so well collectively on the defensive end, and they got some guys that can push the ball. And I think playing now Jackson and McHenry together is opening up things on the perimeter and getting a lot quicker to the basket.
So McHenry and Howard have combined for 31 of the 61 points for WKU, but Frank Mitchell, 16 points, 14 rebounds, 8 of 12 shooting in 23 minutes of play. Coach, if we apply the analytics theory, that's some great analytics by Frank Mitchell.
Well, again, he's somebody that has imposed himself on the offensive end. I like what he's done defensively. He's securing the rebounds. He's gotten second chance opportunities. You're talking about 14 rebounds with still over 8 minutes to play. So I think this is a situation where the Hilltoppers are taller, more athletic, and a bigger front court. But again, you cannot underestimate the heart of a champion like Mitchell, and he's been bringing it today for Canisius.
And the biggest number right now for WKU, 48 points in the paint compared to the 30 from Canisius, but that's by virtue of how bigger they are, the Hilltoppers.
Exactly, and when you look at the bench, Canisius bench has 21 points. The Hilltoppers only 18. The deeper team are the Hilltoppers.
Right.
But again, these two teams were filling each other out from the beginning of the game. Very athletic, very robust, a lot of physical play. Absolutely love it. Two really well-coached teams today. High-level basketball at the Northern Classic in Montreal.
And a great crowd on hand for this afternoon's game, Coach. It is almost packed in the lower bowl from one end to the other end of the courts. And Dinkins will bring it back up, taking the Canisius ship back into the murky waters of the WKU territory. Cutting through, Acapulco.
Oh!
Landing was 10.0 on that.
But again, it's the spacing that allowed the back cut and the slam dunk. They've been getting a lot of that here in the second half, Canisius.
69-61 lead. Stripped. Tyndall will bring it back up on a 3 versus 3. Dinkins, one touch. Palesi, reload jumper, and the putback right there. And now it's almost like they're running right now, Canisius.
Well, they're up by 10, and they got to locate Fritz inside. The offensive rebound, too easy for Canisius.
And Fritz has had that Rick Smits-like impact at a smaller size, though.
Yes.
At a smaller size.
Well, listen, he's quiet, but he's got a high IQ. The coaching staff has a lot of confidence in him. And right now, again, you're focused on stopping the ball. And when you do that, there's help, but that allows for offensive rebound opportunities. And Fritz took advantage right there.
And now for WKU, where can they take the advantage right now, Coach? Because the space, as you said, for Canisius has been very solid of late here. Where can they find that seam that they get themselves back in this ballgame down by 10?
Got to get stops. You know, you got to get stops first, and then you're going to try and get out in transition. They've proven that they can get some easier baskets. When they don't get stops, Canisius sets up their defense, and now Western Kentucky's having a little bit more of a difficult time getting the ball to Howard on a consistent level. But lots of time here, 7:30, but Canisius has really, once that 3-minute mark, Canisius were down by 8, and we're like, what's going to happen? Can they at least keep it under 10? To keep it close. Instead, they took the lead. The Hilltoppers came back and finished strong in the last 30 seconds to take a 4-point lead. But again, you need stops on the defensive end. They got to get out. But Big Henry and Howard need to touch the ball on almost every possession here to end this game.
Yeah, you talk about Howard so far today for WKU and what he has done. 15 points, 6 rebounds, 6 of 10 shooting. McHenry, 6 of 12 shooting for 16 points. But you look at the three-point numbers right now, Coach. I mean, they're 1 of 7 Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Canisius is 7 of 20. So that is pretty much, if my math is correct, a plus 18 advantage from 3 points given to Canisius so far today.
Well, 35% for Canisius. They'll take that from the 3-point line, 7 of 20, as you mentioned, Mo. For the Hilltoppers, you're 1 for 7, right? You're shooting 14%. It's tough to win a game if you're shooting under 50% from 3.
Right.
But there's still a lot of time left here. They're going to want to push here, try and get to the free throw line. I think that's not something that they haven't done enough of. They're 8 for 11. WKU, they're going to have to look to get to the basket here. But again, when you're down by 10, it needs to happen on the defensive side first. And then you got to start thinking what you're going to do offensively.
Well, they will need plenty of dare, the Hilltoppers, in trying to get back in this game. McHenry on the byline on the inbound. He finds Lander. Watched by Palesi. Lander going up. Here's a 3. They need it. Short. And right to Canisius, and 1 for 8 they are now from distance. And here Canisius saying take their time and really milk the clock and force the squeeze on the Hilltoppers. Tyndall. Fritz. Here's a three. Nylon. Palessi from distance. And now they're up 74-61.
Palessi, who struggled early in the first half with the three ball, is absolutely lights out here in the second half, playing with extreme confidence from downtown.
Lander. McHenry trying to find the back door, and now he will go through the paint, losing the handle. Recovered by Tyndall. Here is Dinkins. Dinkins can't convert. And one by Palessi as they go back into the attack zone. Palessi will go himself, and he's fouled with 6:29 left in the second half.
Well, I'm just looking at the effort level here, Mo, and I look at the team in white is hitting the floor. They're diving for loose balls, and in this situation, they're able to get the tip back, and Palessi just attacks. And you got to give them credit. Canisius here has come back and played with a lot of energy, a lot of passion, and they've executed offensively, which has given them this lead here with
13,
6 minutes.
yeah.
13-point lead with 6:29 left.
And we see a triple sub coming back in the game for the Hilltoppers. Marshall Jr. along with Fay and Jackson. And we talk about Fay, he might be the supplier of points now for this Hilltopper attack because he's been consistent so far inside the paint. Miss rebound right to the Hilltoppers. Dante Allen has been quiet. We'll see what he can do with 6:22 left. Jackson.
Yeah, that's a tough shot. You know, he wants to attack. He wants to push it down the Canisius defense. But I think that you got to give Canisius credit here. They're keeping him in front and forcing a tough one-handed runner.
6:18 left in the second half. And Dinkins, watch step for step by Jackson. Fritz out there, and here is his countrymate in Tyndall. Patience being the virtue now for Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Dinkins three. Wow. Nylon.
That's a confidence three, right? He finished earlier, and now step back three with the lead.
And
he's
back,
feeling good about himself right now. And
up. The corkscrew move did not work this time by Marshall Jr. And the whistle in play with 5:46 left. And coach, I'm trying to remember what the scoreline was earlier in the game. And I'm going to get the stat line for you, coach. Because I'm very good with math sometimes, coach.
Yes, you are.
I try my best with math.
Yes, you are.
As I look through the list here. It was 32-24 for Western Kentucky. Since then, coach, if my math is correct, it's a 51 or 53 to 31 run by, or 29 run for Canisius.
Unbelievable turnaround here in this game. And again, Canisius spacing the floor, distributing the basketball.
Palessi, he got spaced out on that one.
7 on the clock here. The possession remains with Canisius. We'll have a set play here.
It'll be end line over here with 7 left. 5:25 left on the big clock. Palessi the inbounder.
Look for Fritz inside. They wanted him.
They got him. Couldn't finish. Put back. Fade with the rebound. Lander galloping up ahead. Cutting through. Lander with the right. Wild. Fay. Soft touch. Can't finish. He's fouled. And he has that address, that postal code inside the paint, coach, with him finding the ball every single time.
Well, right now they're just struggling to get good shots on offense. And what happens, Mo, is when you're down by that much, you're going to want to attack and you're going to try and make that deficit quick. So right now, I love what I'm seeing here from Babacar Faye, who's had a great game, who's able to secure the offensive rebound, go up strong, and get to the free throw line here for 2 shots.
And the first one for Faye is no good. As Mitchell's about to come back in for the Golden Griffins, as he will come in for Yuri Fritz. 5:11 left in this second half. Babacar Faye at the line, 0 of 1, looking to go 1 for 2 and chip away again. This is a big deficit here for either side.
He makes the second one, and now they're going to need to pressure their defense here. The Hilltoppers trying to create some turnovers here.
Dinkins with it. Coming down to the far side. Back over to Akapo. Tyndall, very calm presence. He had 6 critical points in this first half and has led to the lead in the total numbers for Canisius. Mitchell facing up and back out. They are now squeezing the clock. 4 left in the shot clock. Great defending by the Hilltoppers. And here is Jackson going from one end to the other end. Put back is there by Faye.
Nice. Jackson's speed leads to Babacar Faye's put back. Lots of time here. If you're the Hilltoppers, you got to stay disciplined defensively.
And that's what they just did now, Coach. And here comes Jackson, 3-on-2. Faye took his eyes off the ball, caught in 2 minds.
Wow. That's another turnover here. Transition, attacking.
And with 4:18 left here, 26 seconds left on the shot clock. Jackson finding Lander. Eyeball to eyeball with Akapo. Lander with the left. Couldn't convert. Canisius back the other way.
It's a good shot. It's something that you usually could finish with. Just didn't go down in this situation, but they got to stay locked in defensively if you're the Hilltoppers.
And here's Mitchell, who's been locked in all game long. Palesi, Akapo. Mitchell in the paint, and then he flexes back out with Faye on him. Down to 10 left in the shot clock. And that's front iron. Jackson, they need to get going on a run here. Can they find the smash and grab of points for the Hilltoppers? And a whistle, and stoppage of play with 3:41 left. And the blow-by almost happened for the Hilltoppers, courtesy of Brandon Newman.
Brandon Newman, who wanted to attack and finish there. The hand check foul. They'll remain possession here. But you got the under 4-minute timeout.
So 3:41 left in this second half, Coach. And right now, and we just got ourselves a little stat line courtesy of the Canisius team here. Frank Mitchell is the first Canisius player with 15 or more rebounds in a game since Jermaine Crompton had 16 rebounds on February 2nd, 2018 against Marist.
Mitchell has been outstanding here tonight. I think he really changed the complexity of the game in the second half. He was solid in the first half, but again, those putbacks, a couple of dunks that ignited his team, gave them a little bit more of energy in the boost. Saw the bench standing up. Defensively with a couple of blocks, securing many, many rebounds. Credit to him. The Canadian having a good game here in Place Bell and Laval.
He was the tone setter from the get-go. Right off the jump, he set the tone with a couple of points early for Canisius and even a big stop on defense as well. And he's been the supply line for this Golden Griffins team so far.
He has. He's really stepped it up. Listen, it's been a pleasure to call this game, to see Mitchell versus Howard, 2 extremely talented players that have brought their A game here tonight. Howard, 15 points and 6 rebounds, 6 of 10 from the perimeter. And Mitchell, 16 points and 15 rebounds, 8 for 12. So both players are talented but very efficient here tonight.
Right.
And doing it within the team concept. They're not like demanding the ball and trying to go one-on-one or trying to create things for themselves. They're running and being productive within their offensive flow. That's a testament to the quality of both players, Mitchell and Howard, inside.
Well, right now the margins are starting to tighten on WKU in this scoreline. They're down by 13, 77-64, with 3:41 left in this second half. Is it now time to man the panic stations for the Hilltoppers, Coach, with 3:41 left, down by 13?
Listen, at the end of the game, at the end of the day, right now it's all about winning time. The advantage definitely with Canisius having this lead. But right now it's the resiliency. The Hilltoppers, tremendous basketball program with tremendous tradition. Can they get enough now to cut this lead, 13? But with 3:41 left, yes, they get the turnovers. Now they're going to the line, which stops the clock, which I like. But they're going to have to hit 1 or 2 threes here if they want to overcome this 13-point deficit.
Brandon Newman hits on that first free throw on a 1-on-1, scoring 12 a game. A 64% free throw shooter this year for the Hilltoppers. And Newman so far today is 1 of 6 from the field, 0 of 3 from three-point range on 3 points. And he misses that one.
10 for 15 at the free throw line for the Hilltoppers tonight, which is positive. A little bit more of a struggle on the three-point line, 1 for 8. They're going to have to make a couple.
And now you're starting to see them become a bit uber aggressive on the defending part, trying to create turnovers from the Canisius attacking intent. Dinkins in. He's fouled by Allen. You pick your number.
Well, Jackson played tremendous defense there. He was in his face, forced him towards his left hand, his offhand. Allen was just a little bit late on the recover on the help side, created the contact.
And there is going to be a review coming up here, and I would figure to determine the extent of the foul, I would imagine. So we get some more camera time, Coach. So they're going to take a look at the last play, whether it was a flagrant or not.
Yeah, there was some hard contact there on the part of Allen, so the officials would want to take a look at that.
You know, back in the 80s, it would be accepted. In the Big East days, the Hoya Paranoia, Georgetown, St. John days, and even Syracuse days as well.
Different style of basketball in the 80s and the 90s and the physicality. I think the game is much improved in this sense.
So the foul will be called, and it will be called on Brandon Newman. So that is the call right there on that situation. So Newman will be called for the foul. And with 3:23 left in this second half, Dinkins goes to the line. And for Dinkins so far today, 2 of 9, 6 points, has played over 32 minutes of action and 2 defensive rebounds. And he's 1 for 2 from the free throw line. And Dinkins hits the first one, and they can start adding a little bit of gloss to their lead of 13, Coach.
Canisius has been really, really solid at the free throw line. 16 for 21 tonight, or this afternoon, pardon me. They've really stepped it up after the first 17 minutes of the game where the Hilltoppers were in complete control of this game.
Jackson with it. He needs to find control of this game.
Defense for Canisius here.
A 3, Newman. Hello, Newman.
Needed that one. Newman, without any hesitation, hits it up.
And now it's a 11-point gap. 3 to go in this ball game. Dinkins, watched closely by Jackson. He thought he was pushed off. We go on.
They're switching on the perimeter here, the Hilltoppers.
Tyndall, he's in a cul-de-sac, finding Mitchell, and now they're pressuring. Mitchell is stuck, and a whistle, and that will be a foul. It was very close to being a turnover by Canisius.
It's tough, because it was great pressure from the Hilltoppers. They were switching everything on the perimeter, and then the ball went to Mitchell on the high post, virtually on the three-point line, and he had his back to the basket. They just couldn't get that swipe down to get that turnover and take off on the other side for an easy 2 points. It's just been that type of a game for the Hilltoppers today.
And for Mitchell, you know, he's got 16 and 15. These are his first free throws of the game. And he missed that one, and with 2:43 left, here we go again. Mitchell trying to add a bit of more insurance policy to this lead for Canisius, up by 11. And the second attempt is short. He's 0 for 2.
That's what they wanted. Let's push if you're the Hilltoppers here.
Lander trying to push it. Stolen by Ian Tyndall. Right spot, right place, 3-on-1 now for Canisius. They will slow down the flow. And stolen, and back over it comes to Newman. And he's stripped, and he's fouled by Dinkins.
Newman has really stepped up here late in this game. Not only with the 3 that he hit, but he's been very active on the defensive end. And now takes off. A lot of contact there. Good call by the official. You would want, if you were a WKU fan, is to finish and get the foul.
Of course.
The 2 points and the free throw, but this is what they want now if you're the Hilltoppers, right? You're getting to the line. The clock is stopped. You could set up your defense. I think that you got to even be a little bit more aggressive here, trying to trap maybe a little bit more full court here.
This could be the moment now for the Hilltoppers.
9-point game. Lots of time here.
Now trying to attack the pressure points. Jackson Dinkins will get it back over to Ian Tyndall.
They got to go over the top.
And they do indeed. And they will slow the flow again. Dinkins, watched by Lander. This could be the biggest possession of this game for either side. Dinkins, Lander on him. Trying to work the 2-man game with Mitchell. Dinkins again. Lander dancing with Dinkins. Gadsden, 5 left in the shot clock.
They're going to have to go here.
Mitchell in the paint. And that is saved and well defended by WKU. They come up with a big stop right there.
That is tremendous defense by the Hilltoppers on that possession. Not only denying them, keeping them in front, but getting the turnover, the shot clock violation. Tremendous defense by the Hilltoppers.
1:55 left, and they are going to race up and call a timeout. 1:53 left in this ball game. We keep on dancing here, Coach, and WKU trying to get a few more dances to go before this game evaporates. They're down by 9, so they're down by 3 scores. How do you break it down now with 1:53 left?
Well, this is a critical possession for the Hilltoppers. I don't think you should definitely just look for the 3 here. I think that you want to move the ball. If you can get something quick and easy off the perimeter and attack the basket, that's going to let you set up your defense again. So I think that's going to be, and I don't think you need one pass and go. I think if you could get a ball reversal, move the defense laterally a little bit, get them on their heels, and then you could attack the basket. Definitely if you have a 3-point shot, you got to be aggressive and you got to take it. But right now I think that you're going to probably look at something going to the basket because there's still lots of time, and what Coach Lutz is going to want to do is extend this game as much as he can.
And we saw it on day one. The teams that were trailing were trying to extend it with foul shot, change of rotation, the whole nine that comes with it. And that might be the plan to come back in this game for WKU.
Well, McHenry and Howard on the bench. This is the group that's brought this game back, but here you go, zone defense by Canisius, who's going to maybe force a perimeter jump shot.
Jackson picking the lock and
one. Exactly what they wanted in that situation. You get the body contact, you get the basket and the foul. You get to set up your defense here. And now you see the momentum kind of swinging here.
And WKU,
for the Hilltoppers.
The Hilltoppers are not trying to knock on the door, they're trying to kick down the door to get back to this ball game.
Don't go nowhere, Hilltopper Nation. This game is not over. This is a team with a lot of resiliency, a lot of character. They want to extend this as much as they can. They're going to have to make their free throws.
That one, and now we go back the other way. Canisius trying to kill
Canisius
clock.
Got to be aggressive here. Don't look to use 25 seconds of the clock. If you got an opportunity to score, you got to do it.
Will they go with the prevent offense or go with the intoxicating finish to this game? 10 left in the shot clock. Dinkins, Jackson going to his left. Dinkins backing, dancing, jumping. And that was
not what they wanted.
No.
This is not what they wanted. 28 seconds to get a fadeaway. Long 2. Credit to the defense of the Hilltoppers.
And Jackson playing a little game with Dinkins on the roll of the ball. Timeout called.
Good timeout by Coach Lutz.
So
He's
1:11 left.
Good possession. It looked like Canisius was in the man-to-man on that possession. Will they stay in that? I'm not quite sure. Will they revert back to the zone?
Well, the thing is, Jackson really had the supply line go through him on the zone attack, and he got himself that basket in the harm. So is Jackson now the central figure to WKU getting this victory or getting back to parity with Canisius?
Well, what Jackson does is that he goes downhill, and he's got elite speed, and it's hard to keep him in front. What are the other players going to do when he's driving? You can't just wait on the perimeter. You got to cut to the basket. He could find you, and if he misses on his shot, you have an opportunity for the offensive rebound.
And we'll see now. Could Coach Lutz pull off a smash and grab with a 1:11 left? They're down by a touchdown, 7 points. And it will be WKU ball on the side out. Allen will be the inbounder. Dante Allen has been awfully quiet so far. And here's Jackson, who's been very vibrant for the Hilltoppers attack.
Yeah, they're in the zone.
Lander, Fay, fouled by Gadsden.
They went into the zone, and Fritz was on top of the zone for Canisius, sort of like almost a 1-3-1, trying to give them a different look out of the timeout, but they found the perimeter player inside, which is Fay, and he gets the contact, and he's going to the free throw line. 50% free throw shooter heading into the game today.
And they're 9 of 13 from the line today.
Again, 2 free throws, the clock is stopped. This is exactly what the Hilltoppers want in this situation.
A perfect remedy right there.
There you go,
One
young
of
fella.
one.
Very pure, very confident on that stroke.
Could he get this down to a 5-point lead? And that means at minimum, WKU would need 2 more stops plus conversion of points.
He's been one of their most consistent players here today. I'm thoroughly impressed with what Faye has done here for the Hilltoppers.
And Gazin's trapped. Gazin, jump ball. Arrow, jump ball. Canisius. And Polisi come in.
Polisi's going to come in. Coach Witherspoon is going to want to bring in another ball handler in this situation.
So Mitchell goes off. So now we've seen the traditional NCAA rotation of players in certain situations.
Exactly. And again, you're going to be trapped. You're going to get the full court pressure, so you want to have more ball handlers if you are Canisius.
And will Witherspoon call a timeout?
And they only have 5 seconds here to get the ball to half court. The referees informing both teams.
In this game of chess, who could get out the knockout blow? Dinkins. Oh my, look at that play by Intendo, looking like a receiver out there. And back out to Gazin we go. 48 seconds left in this ball game. They might have to foul soon. Gazin still with it. And a cul-de-sac. And a foul on Newman.
Good pressure by the Hilltoppers, trying to create a steal or a turnover. But Gatson really controlled the ball. Credit to him in this situation. Not easy. And the referees are allowing a little bit of physicality here defensively. And they're not calling the foul right away. So I like what they've done today. They've done a good job.
So Gazin, a test of fiber, heart pounding the back of the rib cage. And he misses the first one. It remains a 2-score lead for the Golden Griffins. Canisius from the Metro Atlantic. The Choppers from the Conference USA. Hits on that, 1 of 2. What are you looking at now, Coach? A 3 or 2?
You got to push and get something to the basket.
Landers 3, they need it. Too strong. Rebound, Allen, short. Rebound, Intendo. And he is on the ground, and there's a plethora of whistles. Jump ball, and it remains WKU ball. 27.2 left in this ball game.
They got a good look. They pushed it down the heart of the defense. There was the help, allowed the open 3-point shot. Just couldn't knock it down in this situation.
So 27.2 left in this ball game. Could WKU extend it by a few more possessions? And now timeout call by Lutz. That'll be the last for WKU. So they're down to their last roll of the action here, Coach. And with this being a 7-point lead, there really isn't much of the options to look at in terms of the attacking intent for WKU.
Again, it's a situation where players are going to have to make some shots. I love the resiliency here of the Hilltoppers coming back and making this game really close and difficult for Canisius to close out. I said that you're going to need 2 threes.
Right.
If they got one by Newman
Right.
a few minutes ago, they're going to need another one here because with 27.2 seconds left and a 7-point deficit, the time is not in their favor if you're WKU.
Well, it's no longer a prayer, but perhaps a miracle required as we look forward now to how this plays out for them. And with 27.2 left in this ball game, Peter Yiannopoulos, Mo Khan here. This is game 1 of 3 today. And this has been a great first course of your Saturday post-Thanksgiving meal for those who are watching down in the U.S.
If this is the quality of basketball we're going to see the rest of the day, Mo Khan, man, we're going to have a tremendous day today because Western Kentucky, Canisius, 2 great programs, very well coached. They have delivered today.
UNC Asheville, led by Drew Pember, who could be an NBA pick. Wofford, led by the Canadian Filewich, who had a marvelous game yesterday. Bowling Green's got some big hitters as well. We got some great teams on tap today, this afternoon, into the evening. Jackson. Fay. In the paint.
Oh! Oh my God! What a slam dunk by Fay.
5-point lead. 25.5 left. Fay leaving quite the impression on the Place Bell crowd.
Mo, he had to get up first to secure the pass, and then he got right back up and slammed it with such authority.
So 18 hours ago, Babacar Fay had the exact same situation on the end that we're going to now attack to your screen to the right, and he got rejected by the rim. Same format. So he worked on his legs last night, perhaps, but he comes up with a redemption tour on that play.
He's not only a supreme athletic player, he's a tremendous, talented player, and he's showcased it here today at Place Bell.
So that goes through, 81-75 lead, 24.6 left in this ball game. Mitchell goes off, Plessis comes back in.
The good thing for Canisius on that dunk was that they got away.
Right.
Number one, you don't want to get posterized. You never want to do that. But more importantly, you didn't want to give up a foul and the N1.
No, I know what's worse, the postcard that would be sent back to your hometown of you being dunked on or giving up the N1. Jackson. Action. No basket.
Call a foul before.
And with 19 or 20.2 left officially, 82-75 lead, Jackson going to the line. Fritz called for the foul. And it appears Fritz is done for the day.
Yeah, he's had a good game. He's really understood his role with this team and really was a productive player against that front line of the Hilltoppers, which was long, athletic, and physical. Fritz had a good game today.
And with 20.2 left, you see Jackson at the line. Jalen Jackson from the San Antonio area at the line, trying to extend this game. Could he get this down to a 5-point lead? Jackson coming into this tournament, 33% from the free throw line, and you see why.
He's given it all today. Jackson has given it all since he's come off the bench, and he's been like lightning quick with the ball, and he's been able to ignite this team here and try and get them back into it.
And
tough at the free throw line to miss two, and you could tell he's disappointed in himself.
And that might be it.
You can't be disappointed with his compete level and his effort level. He's brought it today, and he's going to have a great season.
And that might be it. Canisius need a couple more free throws to add to the insurance policy of 7, and they are going to be, in all likelihood, heading back to their hotels 2-0 on this Saturday afternoon. And for both teams, Canisius will wrap up their Northern Classic Tour. They'll play Bowling Green on Sunday, and for Western Kentucky, they'll play UNC Asheville on Sunday afternoon. So both staffs might stick around for the games coming up after this matchup today.
Well, the work of assistant coaches never end. No. It's not just a game. Having had that role when I was at the University of Massachusetts, you're scouting your next opponent and trying to create a good game plan for your team to be ready for tomorrow. You're still recruiting at the same time, right? At the same
time, yeah.
The phone doesn't stop.
And you're planning for next week's games.
Exactly. So, again, it's a privilege. It was a privilege for myself to be a coach in the NCAA, and I acknowledge the work that the coaches do today, which is not easy because the game has changed with the NIL today, MoCon, and the transfer portal. Players are keep moving and moving, so you have to be a great communicator, and you have to build that culture of family and trust to keep your players long-term.
All I would require in the NIL is some green M&Ms, peanut ones. And now Jackson back with it, going up, and the layup is there, and they will foul again with 13 seconds left. Mitchell, Plessis will break it, and that will do it. And here he comes, and he will circle the wagons, and that will do it. Canisius, victorious.
That's a great play by Plessis because he could have gone in and try and score, but he brings it back, runs some time off the clock. A very heads-up play by him.
4.4 left. They will improve to 4-2. Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, their 3-game winning streak will come to an end. They will drop to 4-2. But in the long view here, Coach, this could be a massive skin for Canisius when it comes to tournament time and the selection process if they're a bubble team trying to get in?
Well, again, this is, they're going to try and it's a long season. Coach Witherspoon has a lot of experience. They're just trying to build a winning culture, and they're going to want to win their conference. And this is going to build confidence for them, not only in the short term, but for the long term. The players, you can see how happy they are. When you're able to have a signature win against one of the top
up-and-coming programs.
Well, they're one of the top programs in terms of a mid-major plus in Western Kentucky. This is a great win for them.
Massive win for Canisius. They win over Western Kentucky University, 85-77. They improve now to 4-2. The Hilltoppers dropped at 4-2, but they're 2-0 in this tournament, and they got one more game tomorrow as Canisius will play Bowling Green, and Western Kentucky will play UNC Asheville to wrap up their Canadian tour in Laval, Quebec.
Tremendous game today to open up the second day of the Northern Classic. Great game. Two great teams.
And you just saw Tyrone Marshall Jr. having a little bit of chit-chat with Gadsden, and they weren't happy with each other, but that's for that moment right there. So with further ado, we will be joined, I believe, by someone from Canisius. Stay tuned here. We'll be back in 30 seconds.